New Mexico. Woohoo! All right, y'all, I am caving. I'm caving, and I don't even care. It's like 90 degrees outside. I need AC. So I'm actually gonna order a generator and pick it up along my way. I'm heading towards Colorado, so I'm gonna try to find a location that I can have it sent to. Okay, I'm all checked in. She gave me a deck of cards, so maybe I can play some solitaire. Anyway, site 25. Here we go. All right, this one right here.
I was so excited about this spot. I was gonna crank the AC, fill my water, and take a much needed shower. The plan was for me to go over setting up camp in detail to show the ins and outs of what it actually looks like. Unfortunately, life had different plans. As soon as I got level, placed my blocks, lowered my stabilizer jacks, and detached the trailer, I quickly realized that this location was not compatible with my setup. I was so confused. How could a major campground like a KOA not be compatible with a 30 amp plug with a wall outlet connection? I spoke to the front desk and they sent me on a wild goose chase to find a site that could work. I found a couple, but when I hooked up, no power. Finally, after 2 hours, we gave up, I was refunded my money and sent on my way.
Guys, it's been a day, but we're here. And I'm not at the same KOA it was a minute ago. Guys, I'll fill you in.
I located another campground about an hour north. I called to confirm my setup would work and booked a 30 amp site. Even though I wasted several hours and things weren't going my way, I was still in good spirits. I headed out a little worried I'd run into the same issues at the campground. And to humor's delight, I ended up driving 30 minutes in the wrong direction. But I finally made it and everything was good. Or was it?
I was setting up camp. This happened to me. My camper key broke. I can't unlock or lock any of my doors from the outside or the inside. Thankfully, it's not my front door, but all of my stabilizer jacks, all of my tools, all of my things are in these cabinets on the outside that I cannot get to. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to be defeated. I'm going to look under the bed. There's a piece of plywood of some sort covering that section of the camper, and it is screwed every like 3 inches, and my drill and my screwdrivers and my all the things are in the tool shed that I can't access. My jack blocks, my drills, my cables, all the things are in there. So, yeah, today was a circus. But I never lost my cool. I never lost my temper. I laughed. I have to just get duct tape or something and duct tape it shut. This has been a day. But you know what? In all things, praise Jesus. I'm gonna go buy 3 of these locks. This one will be easy to replace. That one might be easy to replace. But this one will not be easy to replace because it looks like it's jammed. And the inside has that piece of wood with all of those random bits. Well, it's not gonna win any awards, but at least it won't fly open. I'm gonna let the dogs out and take care of business because, y'all, I don't know what's a tan line and what's dirt anymore. You guys, look at this disgusting train wreck of a hand, and that tan line is horrid. Clean. Oh, I've showered. I've had some prayer time. I'm feeling good, but I'm coming off my adrenaline rush from the day, and I can feel myself getting pretty weak pretty fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook up some turkey burgers. It's not exactly what I want to eat, but you know what? At this point, it's substance, and I haven't had a lot of that today. So I just turned on the propane. I'm gonna go ahead and make some turkey burgers, and I think I'm just gonna like go to sleep early. I just need to assess and make some food and go to bed because that's my mental state right now. I literally haven't even put my camper together, and I'm not going to. I've got quite the mess right here. I don't even care anymore. Okay. I forgot to unscrew it. That's a bummer. Just have to open up my windows. My camper is so not set up the way it normally is. All right, let's get some airflow. I started cooking. I decided to clean up a little bit, so I'm mid-clean, and I saw my tablet, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch The Hobbit, because The Hobbit, the extent of the Lord of the Rings, all of that is my comfort show. I will watch it all the way through the extended Lord of the Rings trilogy, and then I will potentially finalize it with the original Hobbit from the 70s, but that's where we're at. Let me know in the comments what your go-to show or movie is when you're needing comfort and you just have that, like, when you watch it. Let me know in the comments. These are actually quite gross when they're not cooked. Cheers. Dinner's almost done. My boys are being so good. We had a rough day today, huh? But we made it. Love you. I'm too lazy to find my plate, so I'm using my cutting board. Yummy. Alright guys, I just packed up the camp and we're leaving the KOA, and I'm super exhausted just from yesterday, but I have no idea where I'm going today. So we're flying by the seat of our pants, and we're gonna have a good day.
We went to the grocery, and I made my way to the next camp where even more crazy things happen. I'd like to thank VanTrue for sponsoring today's video. They sent me this dash cam to test out, and so far it's been great. Having this dash cam helps provide me with a sense of security. Not only does it allow me to keep an eye on my dogs and my rig while I go to the store, it also captured this awesome encounter. As I was heading back to the car from the grocery, a really nice gentleman started talking to me about my setup and how he and his wife plan to go full-time soon. It's so awesome meeting people like this on the road. I'm gonna install this dash cam. VanTrue sent me their Nexus 4 Pro to test out and see how I like it. And I'm actually kind of excited about that. I've been wanting a dash cam for a while, mostly because I want to see what the camper's doing back there, and if anything were to happen, I'd have it all on camera. So they did send this product to me, but I'm going to give an honest review about it. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox it and see what I need to do. I was hoping to do this video a little bit more like professional, but 'tis life. You live in your vehicle. Okay. Got some instructions here. I don't like reading instructions, so first thing I pulled out is probably one of the cameras, probably for the front here. And I think this is a dual camera where you can see outside and inside. Yep, there's the camera. I'm hoping this doesn't have to be hardwired in because I really don't want to attach it to the battery. Okay, here's the rear camera. I like it because it twists, you can adjust it as needed. Here must be all the hardware. This looks like the suction cup for the front. So it probably goes something like this. And then you attach it like this. Okay, so this is probably the cable for the rear so that it can attach all the way in the back. Okay, cool. So it's got a lot of cable. I don't know what this is yet. I'm sure I'll figure it out here in a second. Plugs in there.
And the rear goes here. Plug this in. You connect this to the rear one. Okay, so it's all connected now. So now it's a matter of placement. Where do I want to put this thing?
Woke up this morning kind of blues, thinking through that age-old question, how to exit a whale's digestion.
Being that this is my first time towing a trailer full time, it's nice to have a sense of security that if something happened, I can go review the footage and share with those who need to know. This week was full of not so great situations, and having this dash cam allowed the details of the events to be documented. For example, because the footage is time, date, and GPS stamped, it provides an accurate account for when and where certain things took place. As a content creator, it's also nice to have different angles and points of view for my footage. While I wouldn't rely on this footage for an entire video, it's nice to add when appropriate. I don't typically film a lot while driving for safety reasons, so the dashcam allows me to capture the beautiful moments I experience on the road and share them with you. As I was driving, I was able to record a bit about how I passed this awesome free campsite that had both Starlink and solar potential. I wish I would have camped there. Maybe the next unfortunate event wouldn't have happened. But it's a place I'd like to come back to. Northern New Mexico is really beautiful, but I'll need to come back when the temperatures aren't blazing.
I passed it because I was like, I wanted to keep going a little bit further. But looking ahead, it looks really pretty. But it's only 20 minutes back from where I'm heading. So, worst case, I just turn back. But we'll see. We'll see.
This clip shows the audio quality. While it's great if you're just needing it for proof of an event, it's not exactly up to par with my video expectations. However, that's okay because the purpose of this dash cam isn't to help me film content, but to document my traveling and record any events that might take place. It's also nice to now be able to show you all the roads I take to get to these awesome free campsites.
Cop just waved at me. Weird. Alright. Let's see. This is where I picked. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. We're definitely not in the trees anymore, and that's kind of disappointing. I liked that other spot a little bit better, but I don't know that I'm willing to drive all the way back. I'm following the GPS just to a location that has been pinged, but I'm looking along the way, and like I just see ranches so far. But the road's pretty smooth, other than it's washboardy. Looks like the camp spot's about 2 miles up.
This three-way dashcam allows me to record what's in front of the car, what's happening inside the car, and see what's behind the car. The easy-to-install setup offers me not only a sense of security should something happen, but also allows me to keep tabs on what the dogs are doing when I have to leave them in the car, how the trailer is handling during transit, and capture fun moments. The device only works if it's plugged in, so it's great because I usually keep the car running when I leave the dogs. The footage is captured on an easy-to-remove SD card that can be accessed by importing it to your computer. The 4K camera provides a pretty decent picture, and the sound picks up from all angles in the car. The recorded footage shows the date, time, device type, GPS coordinates, and the vehicle's speed. The camera quality did appear to suffer when the sun was directly hitting it, but I still managed to get this awesome angle of the trailer going through our first stream crossing heading to our camp.
I pulled in the wrong way for my door, so I'm going to turn around. So back here is just another camp area. Look at these views, you guys. There's a lot of scat. There's a fire pit. You can see the river. This is pretty.
I almost didn't share this next bit with you all. However, I promised to be real about my experiences on the road, and this was a very humbling and vulnerable experience. I managed to capture this unfortunate event on camera because I plan to pick up where I left off when sharing how I set up camp. I am sure some of you will have strong opinions about how this situation could have been handled differently, but I just ask that you remain open-minded and be kind if you decide to comment. It was very windy, and my camper comes with a disclaimer to use extra caution when setting up in these conditions. I started having issues with keeping the roof latched in, and I was getting frustrated quickly. As I was lifting the walls, I could not get the wall latches to hook into place. I used a lot of force, but kept unlocking the roof. I used all my might to push against the wind, but the wind was too strong. These panels are not light. They are very heavy, and while it's not that hard to set up this camper when it's windy, I learned it's almost impossible and dangerous. I was not prepared for what was about to happen. After several attempts, I managed to secure the roof, but I was a little paranoid. After seeing the roof hold, I went ahead and started lifting the walls. Lifting the walls in normal conditions can be challenging because of the Dutch door. It never cooperates. In order for the front door to latch and close properly, the doors have to align, and sometimes it's hard to do that by myself. But add the wind and the roof nearly taking me out, I was having trouble. The wind kept lifting the roof up, so I couldn't get the walls aligned with their latches. These type of campers require the walls to line up in order to hook into place, and that was not happening right now. Every time I tried to line the wall up with the latch, the roof came undone. I pushed with all my might, and I thought it was latched enough for me to lift the second wall. However, as you can see in this clip, the wall isn't even connected, and this is where things went badly.
Oh!
The first wall fell, and the corner stabbed me in the back and pinned my upper half on the sink. Suddenly, the second wall fell and landed on my head, forcing my face into the faucet and me being completely trapped between the two walls. In this moment, fear struck me. It took me a long time, but I managed to get the walls off my body, and by the grace of God, I was able to walk away from this accident. My poor dogs were so worried about me. I latched the walls, but then the door felt I needed one more straw before breaking the camel's back. That's a terrible pun right now.
Oh man, you guys. I've had 3 scary instances on the road now in these last 3 years, and I hope it's three and done. At least I'm clean. My body hurts so bad. The sun is starting to go down, and it is calling for low 30s, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the garden up just to be safe. And it's already starting to get kind of cold, but ooh, lifting things, I am so sore. Like, my body really hurts. So let's put that there. Sun's about to go back. I'm gonna go ahead and roll up all the windows and just get ready for darkness, because it's gonna be dark soon.
Good morning. I woke up. I'm so stiff up here and my lower back is, I think, or like my mid back, I feel is super bruised. Like I'm scared to look at it. But I had a really hard time falling asleep last night and getting comfortable because like right here is just so tight. But if that's all that's wrong, I'm good with it. But we actually had a pretty good night's sleep aside from that. I'm probably going to go ahead and pack up and leave today. I was kind of hoping to stay here 2 nights, but I have this strong desire to get to Colorado, so I'm going to book it. I don't know if I'm going to drive the whole... Oh, I also have a really soft spot on my head. Ooh, it hurts right there. So I'm going to try to book it to Colorado. I don't know if I'm going to make it today. It's about a 6-hour drive from here, and I don't want to drive that far, but I kind of want to get there. So I have this cool spot in mind for tonight. So I'm going to make some coffee and some breakfast. I bought cream cheese for my buffalo dip, and I'm going to make a bagel and cream cheese with it and some coffee, and then warm up a little bit because it's well below freezing outside. We had to turn the heater on this morning, and I think then we're going to pack up and head out. The good news is that pack up won't be that complicated because I didn't detach the trailer and I didn't really unpack my whole 4Runner. And I have all of my plants still in a little box right here, so it shouldn't take that long to pack up, but that's the plan.
Oh, my little porky booties. Oh. Yeah, what do you see, honey? What do you see?
Even lifting this is hard.
Okay, we're all packed except for the Starlink, and it's getting busy here. I just had 2 cars drive through, and those are the first 2 cars I've seen since I've been here. So we're gonna go ahead and work our way towards Colorado. So we're gonna head north, maybe drive for about 3 hours and find a camp, and then I'll be halfway there. So then the next time I drive, I'll get to Colorado. So I'm gonna find a cool spot to camp and hit the road. All right, we are about to go over this little creek stream crossing. I'm gonna ping this location on my Patreon, so if you want to check it out, I'll get you the coordinates on my Patreon. So I guess I've decided I'm just gonna drive like 5.5 hours today. I am just ready to get into cooler temperatures, and I'm kind of ready to start this new gig that I've got going on in Colorado, and I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit. I don't know if I'll do it on this video or an upcoming video, but I'm ready to be in Colorado. I miss Colorado. It's where my heart is. And there's a lodge there that I really want to stay at. They just opened it, and it's part of the lodge camps, and it's in Wolf Creek near Pagosa Springs, Colorado. And Pagosa Springs is one of my favorite places in Colorado. I actually have it on my like top 3 places that I'd consider purchasing property in. I love lodge camps. I've talked about them on my channel before. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but they've just always been there when I needed somewhere to stay when the dogs were going through some stuff. And they just opened one in Wolf Creek, Colorado, which is one of my favorite areas in that part of the state. So I'm working my way there. You guys, I can't. The dog just pooped in the back seat. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to do. Okay. All right.
road like that because I'm like, what if I get a nail in my tire? But alright, so we've taken care of that situation. Not my favorite of situations to be in. Gotta find a laundromat and a hose and spray it down. Spray it down. So Agron's a little stressed out. I guess he is anxious right now and his tummy's been hurting him. I ran out of their dog food, so I had to buy an alternative dog food, and then I got their regular dog food, so like I've been trying to balance that out, and I think it's just hurt his tummy. So poor guy couldn't help it, but I feel bad for him. I'm not mad, it's just gross. I have blankets and stuff, so it's not like it got all over the Forerunner, but it got all over the dog beds and their blankets, and it did get on my sleeping bag, so. But you know, it's nothing that a little cleaning can't fix, so I'm not gonna get upset. 2 days before Jethro passed away, I got upset with him because he had an accident in my car, and I don't ever want to live with that guilt with the other two. So, you know, when these things happen, understand that I could have let them out more frequently, or, you know, they couldn't help it. Their little tiny bladder and their little tiny bellies, and anyways, so we're good. Okay, so the road just like the pavement just ended, and now I'm on the dirt track, and it says for the next, I can't remember, 11 or 16 miles, travel is discouraged in inclement weather. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a big black cloud straight ahead. Is that considered inclement weather? So, I mean, this area is absolutely beautiful, but I'm so confused right now because it's like, is this a road that they would like send? This is a road that they send people on. Anyway, we're just trying to drive safe and keep an eye on the storm ahead of me and find camping at the same time. I'm almost to Colorado. I'm probably about an hour away from the state line. So I like the vibe here. So if like this dirt road like has camping on it, I'm gonna go ahead and pull off and post up for the night. It's not very late. I mean, it's 2 o'clock, so I could keep driving. There's nothing on Overlander on this stretch of road, so I'm not really sure what to expect as far as camping goes, and I have absolutely no cell phone service, so I'd have to pull over and set up the Starlink if I wanted to connect. So I'm just gonna cruise and see where we end up, and you know, this is part of the adventure. This is what road life is all about sometimes, and I'm good with it, honestly. Although Pikey's a little stressed out back there. I'm not really sure. He doesn't like that. Oh, cow. He's not big on these transition roads where like they go from, let me go up that window just in case the dogs try to jump out. They don't like these transition roads. I'm about to pass the cow. Okay. The whole bunch of cows right here. Anyway, this is a really cool area, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to find some camping. It would be nice to get some cell phone service so I don't have to rely solely on the Starlink, because I'm very low on my power banks as far as charge goes, and I need to charge my refrigerator because it's been off all day. I do have a bag of ice in there, so I'm not too worried, but yeah, I'm not going to be getting much solar with this storm, so I'm hoping I can find somewhere with a little bit of Verizon. That way I can at least be connected. But I have plenty of movies downloaded, so I'm not too worried about it, but let's see what we find.
Oh my gosh, rough road.
snow in the mountains. I just checked the forecast, you guys. It's gonna be thunder all week. I'm gonna have to rethink this because I have a leak in my camper. Try to go in that little corner over there and see if my trailer skills are good enough for this. They probably aren't. Oh, that's a big old rock right there. I cut way too hard. Let's go back and forth. There we go. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's try this against. There we go. Alright, there we go. Big old boulders right there. There we go. Okay. All this rain, I've got a leak so far. Thankfully I've caught that much water, but a lot of it went on the bed, and then I discovered over here I have a leak. Active leak right there. Alright, I attached some bungees to it, some carabiners, some cords. Thankfully it's not windy, but I really hope that stops the leak because it's going right on my bed. Beautiful Colorado scenery, baby. Oh my gosh, you guys, after the week that I've had, I decided to book a room at the lodge at Wolf Creek. And it's like another 20 minutes away from the best campsite I have seen online so far. So I'm gonna go check that out after, but I'm desperately in need of a shower, a reset. I need to charge all my devices because it's been raining all week and it's gonna rain the rest of the week. I don't know, I'm just really looking forward to doing that. I need to do okay. I need to do laundry too, so I'm not sure if there's a laundromat nearby, but I'm going to try to take advantage of just having a hot shower because like my back is still bruised, my head is still bruised from the fall, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm happy about it.